Hello, good morning friends. Now today in this video we are going to discuss photovoltaic cell. Okay, see from the diagram only you can get the idea. You see, this is the photovoltaic cell. So here this is the sun. So sun radiations when fall on the semiconducting, see basically there are two semiconducting layers. Okay, the upper one is known as N type of silicon layer and the lower one is known as P type of silicon layer. See what happens, sun radiations, they travel in the form of photons. When they fall on the N type of silicon layer, that photons are absorbed by the N type of silicon layer, and because of that what happens, the electrons they start flowing in the circuit, and when the electrons they start flowing in the circuit, what will happen, electric current is produced. Okay, and that electricity which is generated, it is stored in the battery or it can be utilized directly for the required application. So this is the photovoltaic cell. Next, solar pond. You see here solar pond. Basically this is the solar pond. See this is the sun. So sun radiations travel here, okay, and it falls on these layers, water layer. See, we consider here the three zones. What we consider? We consider three zones. The upper zone, okay, is the surface zone. Upper zone is known as the surface zone. This is the lower zone, or it is also known as storage zone. Okay, and this is the intermediate zone which separates the surface zone and the storage zone. Top one is surface zone, intermediate zone and storage zone. See here the salt content is added. So more salt content is available at the storage zone, and therefore what will happen, the density of the water in the storage zone will be more than the density of the water in the surface zone, because in the surface zone the salt content is less, their density, therefore density is less, and therefore this water, storage zone water, remains at the bottom only because its density is more, it cannot move in the surface zone. That is the main important thing. Okay, see when the sun radiations fall, they travel through the different zones and they reach the storage zone. When they reach the storage zones, what will happen, the water in the storage zone will be heated and its density will be increased. But see when its density will be decreased because the water is heated now, but that water cannot move in the surface zone though its density is decreased. Why? Because in the storage zone more salt content is present, and because of that the water, heated water, remains at the bottom. Okay, and that hot water can be taken through this portion and that can be utilized for the required purpose or for the required application. Okay, when the hot water is taken from this portion, at the same time the cold water can be entered into this portion and the process continues. So in this way the water is heated with the help of solar pond. Okay, now next, windmill. See basically you see here what are the parts of the windmill. VTU point of view this question is very important. You see these are the blades, these are the blades of the rotor because it is rotating, therefore what we say, these are the two blades of the rotor. Okay, now you see here this is the portion, this is the shaft on which this rotor shaft is attached, then here gearbox is attached to change the speed, and finally this gearbox is attached to the electricity generator. Okay, this is the tower. Okay, so The windmill is generally it is placed at a particular height from the ground level. Okay, now see how it works. See, when the wind is flowing means it possesses which energy? It possesses kinetic energy of large masses. Okay, and the wind is flowing over the earth's surface and it possesses kinetic energy. So when this flowing wind falls on the blades of the turbine, what will happen? The turbine blades or wind blades, it starts rotating. So at that time what will happen? The kinetic energy of the flowing wind is converted into mechanical energy because it is now rotating. The blades are now rotating, and because of the rotation of the blades, what will happen? The shaft will also start rotating. Okay, but see, this shaft is rotating at low speeds, but here gearbox is attached. So what will happen? That low speed is converted into high speed. Okay, and finally it is connected to generator, and because of that electricity will be generated. Okay, so in this way the electricity is generated with the help of windmill. Okay, now hydel energy. So I told you hydel energy, it is the energy of water. Okay, see, it is also known as water power. It is the energy obtained from the flowing water. Okay, now you see here, this is the reservoir where the water is stored here. This is the dam, and across the dam, okay, the water is stored here, and therefore it is known as reservoir. So here water possesses potential energy because the water is not flowing here. Okay, when the water flows through this penstock, you see here, that potential energy of the water is converted into kinetic energy because water is now in motion. Then that water is allowed to fall on the blades of the turbine. So what will happen? That kinetic energy of the water will be converted into mechanical energy because when the water falls on the blades of the turbine, what will happen? The turbine blades starts rotating. Therefore that kinetic energy of the flowing water will be converted into mechanical energy, and in turn it is connected to generator. It generates the electricity, you see here. So in this way the electricity generated is transferred. See, the electricity generated is then transmitted to substation and then utilized for commercial applications. Okay, this is the hydel energy. Now nuclear power. See, nuclear energy is the energy released during splitting or fusion of atomic nuclei. See what happens here, either nuclei get splitted, okay, it is known as fission, or either the nuclei absorbs the protons or neutrons, it is the fusion. Okay, so any atom consists of small heavy positively charged nucleus surrounded by electrons. You know that in the center of the atom, okay, protons and neutrons are present, and around that the electrons rotate in the shells. The nucleus is made of protons and neutrons. A nuclear reaction involves changes in the structure of the nucleus. As a result of such reactions, the nucleus gains or loses protons or neutrons, releasing useful amount of energy, and this energy which is released during the reaction, nuclear reaction, so this energy is utilized for the required purpose. The nuclear energy measured in MeV. What is the long form of MeV? Millions of electron volts. It is released either by fusion, nuclear fusion, or nuclear fission. There are two concepts, okay, reactions. Now you see here from the diagram, I will explain. Okay, see, this is the reactor. This is the reactor in which the control rods made of uranium is placed. Okay, it contains the water here, you see here. Okay, it contains the coolant here, coolant, because what happens during the nuclear fission or nuclear fusion, tremendous amount of heat is generated. So in order to keep this portion cool, the coolant is placed in the reactor. Okay, see, when the nuclear fission or fusion takes place, what will happen? Tremendous amount of heat is generated. Now see, this heat is transferred to the boiler. So what will happen? The water is available in the boiler, the water gets heated and that water gets converted into steam. The water gets converted into a steam. Then that water is allowed to fall on the blades of the turbine. So what will happen? Turbine blade starts rotating. Therefore, it generates the mechanical energy. In turn, it is connected to the generator. So that mechanical energy is converted into electrical energy. Okay, and that is utilized, that is used for the required purpose. See, the steam which is generated after falling on the blades of the turbine, it is allowed to pass in the condenser. And after condensation, what will happen? After condensation, that steam is again converted into water and again it is pumped back into the boiler. Okay, so sometimes that steam which is generated, or the water, after the condensation water is formed, so water is allowed to pass through the cooling tower, the water gets cooled or chilled and again that water is recirculated through the pump back into the boiler. So in this way nuclear reactor works. Okay, next. In the next video, we are going to discuss the biofuels global warming. Okay, thank you.